I'd first like to start out by saying thank you for using this Simply Canvas video tutorials. My name is Emily Sullivan and I will be walking you through the products that we offer here at Simply Canvas. This first image is an example of the stretcher depths that we offer, starting on the left with a 3/4 inch thick frame, in the middle the 1.5 inch thick frame, and finally the 2.5 inch thick frame. The 3/4 inch is perfect for traditional framing, although all three of these depths do fit in our floating frames, which I'll be showing you in just a few moments. This next image is of a natural wrap. With this option, your image will simply wrap naturally around the back of the stretcher where it will be stapled and assembled. This option is best for loosely shot images, as you will lose that last portion of your image as it wraps at a 90-degree angle around the side of the stretcher bar. This image is of a digital stretch. Here our printing team will take a portion of your image near the edge and digitally stretch it to fill the side of the stretcher bar. You can see that the edges become a little bit distorted, but the original front face of your image will remain untouched. Another option you have is to choose from black or white borders as seen here, and our stretchers do perfectly align where this border begins and your image ends. Or you can choose from a colored border. Here you can choose a color within your image, for example the light brown sepia in this image, or you can use your color picker in Photoshop to be a little bit more specific. The final border option is a board or textured wrap. This is something that you can set up yourself prior to uploading your file into Rose, and a tutorial can be found on our website outlining how to prepare such a file. Most of our photographers, when using a word wrap, use things like nursery rhymes, song lyrics, or phrases spoken by the child during their session. This image is also an example of one of the designer templates that we offer free of charge, which can be found on the website under the Products and Services section. This is an example of our clusters. We offer several different templates on the website, ranging from symmetrical, asymmetrical, and circular designs. They are a great way to give a larger impact to your photographs and are always priced at 20% off. Here is an example of a split panel, which is a great way to give a different look to a long panoramic or landscape shot. With this option, you will work with our printing department for a charge of $25 to decide on the exact location of the splits, or you can go ahead and do the split yourself in order to avoid that charge. If you do choose to work with our printing team, you will receive a proof of your image before it is printed to ensure your satisfaction with your canvases. Here are floating frames that I mentioned earlier, and this is for the customer who wants to maintain that visible depth of the stretched canvas as well as add in the traditional look of a framed image. The floating frame gives a 1/2 inch space between the edge of the canvas and the beginning of the frame. If you do use that 3/4 inch frame that we saw before, or rather stretcher bar that we saw before, it will be slightly recessed. Likewise, the 2.5 inch thick will stick out slightly and the 1 inch will sit flush with the image. Here are all of the examples of the floating frames that we do offer, beginning with the Prestige collection, followed by the Majestic and Regal collections, and finally our newest Traditions collection, which was custom designed by Simply Canvas and is only available through Simply Canvas. This image will be an example of the digital painted service that we offer at Simply Canvas. We do have on staff a resident artist who applies the digital painted qualities to your image individually. What you're looking at right now is the original file, and this is the painted file, which has been rendered with a watercolor effect. And finally, we've recently begun offering photo banner stands. They are a great product to use for trade shows, bridal expos, or at weddings. We offer 3 styles, all of which are lightweight and easy to set up and take down, and available to view further on the website. So that does conclude the product overview of all of the products offered at Simply Canvas. I thank you for spending your time with me, and we look forward to doing business with you.